Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV, and we're here for another transfer target show. Monday's target show. We're up to date now, so yeah. I'm sorry if quality's not good. The apologies. We are in the sun, of course. The internet probably not as good as it is out here, and it should be. Like you know, it is. You pay for like have it outside in the garden and everything, and it turns out they actually don't produce it as much as it should. But there you go. So there you go. It's be unlimited. Try and use it off a limited mobile data, and even that can help at the time. But yeah. But we move. Dan, Morehouse TV. He's come out of the darkness. After January sorrow for the last month. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. I'm good. Obviously, it's been a while since I've been on, but it's nice. It's nice to be finally back. And as I say, yeah, it might have been a poor season for us, but looking forward to the championship because when the ball hits the back of the net, I can celebrate without this VAR bollocks. So I'll be extremely happy.
Well, I tell you what, I was actually going to start a search party one where you were, mate. And we got Chris from Leicester Star Die TV. How you doing, my friend? If he's there. Yeah, there. 2 seconds, is that 2 minutes or 2 seconds or 2 grand?
2 minutes, 2 seconds, and he's on mute. There we are.
I will be back.
Yeah, so that's what Arnie said. Yeah. Right, yeah, so we're going to quickly move on to the first topic of the day. And let me just let me see what we've got here. Hang on. It hasn't done. That's funny. Give me. I didn't download the actual overlay. Give me this. And I'll download the overlay. Should be 2 seconds. Drop that one out. Right, that's then just it should do so. Right, there you go. Right, there you go. There you go. Come on, change. Sorry if it's really poor. There you go. There you go. So right, we're gonna go start with the main subject. Bayern to sign Mane. We know this is on the cards for a while, but apparently the medical could be done. Basically, the whole signing could be closed off this week and be done this week for around £35 million plus some add-ons. Is this Liverpool? Is this Bayern's answer to of the fact that they're letting go Lewandowski because Lewandowski wants a challenge? So is this their answer to replace him? Not you, Dan.
It's a tough one. I think Mane still had quite a bit to give for Liverpool. Did pretty well. Started the season in fine form. It's just as I say, it's really strange. I thought he'd probably see out the rest of his career there. Always seemed to be a bit of a fan favourite. If anything, I thought it would have been Salah that made a move before Mane. I thought Mane was sort of like part of the Liverpool woodwork, but yeah, Bayern obviously are determined to get their man, and I can't blame them. He's a cracking little player, and we've all known it since he were ripping it up at Southampton. So they're getting a good one. Whether he's going to be strong enough to fill the boots of Lewandowski, though, that's going to be yet to be seen.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to Liverpool, for the price they've got him, the price they bought him, and what he's produced for the club, this has been one hell of a deal for them. They've made a £30 million profit, because they bought him for about £5 million, give or take. and what they've produced out of him, they've got something not even Devon Gerrard could do. And he can win he's won the Premier League, he's won the Champions League, right? He's won the Carabao and the FA Cup now as well. I don't think they won the Europa League, so they've pretty much won everything with Sadio Mane as part of their front three. We all knew I thought Mane would go rather than Salah, because Luis Diaz came in. And when Luis Diaz came in, I thought the only player that's going to sort of replace him is Mane, because that's his position on the left, and Diaz was.
But that's when I thought they'd have got rid of Minamino instead of Mane, but they're obviously trying to get rid of the two. Trying to drop both of them is massive. I thought Mane, whether he's not getting much game time at Liverpool, is that what it is? Has he been told that he can't be promised that much game time because Diaz has?
Yeah, that's the thing as well. They've got Nunes. They've got Nunes coming in as well, and I think Minamino can sort of put up with being on the bench, because that's the range of his talent. Like he can't beat the likes of Nunes or Diaz. But with Mane, he's probably sitting there saying, I don't deserve to be sitting on the bench every week. I should be playing every week. So if he knows that Rob Lewandowski's going, that's probably why he's been tempted to move to Bayern. Right? Especially if he can actually go there and I don't think he's scored a amount of level goals he's been scoring, but enough goals to actually still make Bayern dangerous side. I mean, Chris, what do you make of it?
Hello, I apologise for my late arrival. I was arranging my new membership for next season.
Well, at least you've got something to buy into, mate, and buying into mine.
Well, I'm sorry, it was SFeatleyTV or buy my new membership before they ran out. And I didn't want to miss out, so I apologise.
Yeah, buy the membership, mate. Buy the membership.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to be honest with you, I think they've got a bloody good deal there. I think he's a great player. And when you come to think, he's cost Munich less than we paid Monaco for Tielemans. And I'm jealous. I think that they've got a damn good player, and I'm surprised Liverpool haven't made more of an attempt to keep him. But I think he seemed pretty keen to leave.
Yeah, I think he was because of the situation. I think in terms of what the game line would be. And by the way, people do want to comment. I will be just going to link into the as usual into the chat after covering the main points. But yeah, I think the fact it's come down to game time. I think it's not so much the fact he doesn't want to play for the club anymore. I think he still loves the club, but the fact that he knows that Luis Diaz and the Nunes on a new thing, and Sadio Mane time has really come to go chat somewhere else.
But do you not think that is the sign of a good manager in refreshing the squad and knowing when to refresh the squad?
Yeah,
and maybe thinking, well, his heart's not here, so yeah, maybe it is time to move him on, which will obviously free funds to buy others.
I think the heart's still there. I feel that people getting predictable with that front three. You see what I mean? If you saw not last season, season before, that front three was struggling to score goals.
Right? Yeah, but if you're going to get rid of anyone, get rid of Firmino. He's not really done anything now for the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's a point.
I've never really rated Firmino as it is anyway. I just don't. I think apart from prancing around looking like a pretty boy, that's about it.
I think if they get a chance. Yeah, if they get a chance to sell him on, I think they would do. I think they would if they got the opportunity. We'll see what they can do with it. But anyway, we'll so it looks like Bayern will get man anyway. In terms of Liverpool, they've wanted a right back to challenge Trent, who obviously he's had no real challenge for that right position since he's been that good. they've now signed this 18-year-old Ramsey. No, not Aaron Ramsey. Calvin Ramsey from Aberdeen for around about £6.5 million. Apparently, he was last year's Scottish Football Writers Association Young Player of the Year. And yeah, he's been tearing it up in the Scottish football at that age. And they're expecting him to come in for the place he's at to go and challenge Trent for that, or present him a challenge to keep hold of that right back position, which is good for him in a way, because it means that he can't just drop off his performances. We need competition in the squad to keep people on their toes. I mean, I still think it will take him a couple of seasons being that young to get to that sort of level, though, because you're talking about an extraordinary level of talent. Though I don't think he's probably as good as a defender as he is going forward, for me. I mean, Chris, what do you make?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, these players go to these big teams and
just carry on.
They're not going to necessarily get game time, or they might be in the league cup, something like that. But he knows that Trent's going to be in front of him, unless he gets injured, and it's the gamble for him, isn't it? We've seen it where, look at Soyuncu at Leicester. He was brought in advance because we knew Maguire would be wanting to go. He had a year to bed in, get used to the surroundings of the team. He's a young guy coming down from Scotland, so he's going to be very much sort of maybe on his own, isolated, lonely. So he's got that year to bed in. And, you don't know what's going to happen with Trent in the future. There may be a Madrid or another Munich, of Munich again coming in. So if he's happy to go and wait that length of time, I mean, he could go to another club and almost be a guaranteed starter. There's a lot of Premier League clubs would probably take him, but it's Liverpool at the end of the day, and clubs, all the banter aside, the club name still means a bit with any big club.
It does, but you look at the fact that this is a guy, as Stephen said, he's one young Scottish Player of the Year. Although, to be fair, if you walk through the park with a football and a dog came running over and tried biting it, it'd probably win it. It's the Scottish League for you. But
love it, mate, love it.
But to be honest, he must have something about him.
To be fair, you say that, he must have about him because it's from Aberdeen. You weren't saying exactly like Celtic or Rangers, who are the two most dominant teams. It's come from a team that's not the most dominant team in the Scottish League. Like, if you're talking Rangers and Celtic, then you're thinking, okay, like, these in a team that are full of talent anyway, and they're at the top of the table, so of course he's going to be the young player of the year.
Do you not think that as well, though? He's obviously got ambition signing for Liverpool. The fact that he thinks, right, okay, now this is where I've got to really push myself. As you said, only person above him really is Trent. I mean, you've got Nico Williams, but I think he's on his way out. And then,
I think he needs more nobody time, to be fair.
Yeah, but then this Calvin Ramsey, is he going to be? What you want is, as a young boy, you don't want him to sort of be in there going, shit, I've got to sort of be at Trent's level to sort of get there. Trent at this moment he's probably come back today, or however, since they've come back to training and stuff, and just gone, all right, some 18-year-old's going to try and give me a run for my money, are they? Huh. It's not. He's not going to be one of those where he's ripping it up, and good luck to him. I hope he does, because there's nothing better than seeing these young prodigies come through.
Yeah,
I think Klopp though, knowing Klopp, I think he would be saying Trent. He said he might be 18, and he might take a couple of seasons, but he is here to then try and see if you can keep your game performances up.
Do you think Klopp will obviously as well say to Trent that, can you take him under your wing? Can you take him under your wing? Can you help nurture him and as well?
Yeah, And you also be telling, don't drop your performances. Don't be hesitant to try and put it in if if you let your performances drop. So
Yeah.
I'm knowing Klopp. I would make he would make sure that Trent won't be comfortable, like, because he won't want that for his players, because he knows a comfortable player means he won't get the best out of him, right? Because that's how good of a manager he is. He knows these sort of things. So yeah, and plus they need it as well, because if you look at the fixture list this season, it's congested as hell. It's congested as hell. You're going to need literally like a second player for every position. Right?
Yeah.
This is why, as an Arsenal fan, we're not buying so many players, because our squad's been so thin already, and we ain't signed the experienced players we need yet, and plus the amount of players we need to be able to cope with that congestionness. And all I'm going to sit here and say is, if we don't get enough players, I don't want to hear any excuses of the fact we've got a congested fixture list, because it's the same for everyone else, right? And
Yeah.
we've gone out there and got the players. So, like, and that's the important factor. Everyone's trying to factor in this, and that's probably why another reason they've gone for him, and why they've not probably waited. Because knowing Liverpool, they probably would have waited another year, because no one was really interested in him anyway, right? So, and we know how good their scouting team is. So, picking up like little gems. That's how they picked up Mane, Salah, like,
They're
yeah,
both quite young as well, Liverpool, aren't they? I mean, they've signed Calvin Ramsey, Fabio Carvalho. They did the same with Harvey Elliott. You know, they always like to pick up a gem that's literally on his way through.
Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez are quite young as well.
Still early 20s.
So if when Tielemans leaves, who do you want to replace him, and which others do you want? So Chris, that's a question for you. What would you say? Who would you want?
You know, this it's a weird one. This, I think 12 months ago.
Sorry, first of all, do you think Tielemans is going to come to Arsenal?
Ask me again in about 10 days when I've spoken to Fab, and I'll let you know.
He said he was good. We were signing him last week.
Well, exactly. And then
not last week, the week before.
We haven't had an offer, according to my sources. You know, the bin lady that turns up on a Wednesday afternoon every third week. But no, according to my sources, we haven't had an offer. Now, you've just bought another midfielder. You've got other priorities. You need a striker, etc. So, where do you need him?
Yes.
And let's be honest with you.
Straight up, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but can you, all right, let's put it this way, can you afford him then? Because how much money can you, though?
Yes.
I mean, you're spending money like you've never spent before.
Trust me, you watch my show later, we got enough money.
You've already bought a midfielder. Now, the problem with Tielemans is he wanted to leave, and I think we would be having a completely different story here if you would finish fourth and not fifth. It would be
we would have signed him by now.
Sorry?
We would have signed him by now.
Yeah. He wanted a Champions League club. The problem is that he has not had the best of season. Leicester have not had the best of seasons. And all these people that he thought was coming to knock on his door aren't knocking on his door. And he sat there and he's probably looking and thinking, are Arsenal going to offer me anything more?
Champions League football.
Anything more than I can get at Arsenal. And if he doesn't sign for Arsenal, the rumours are that he will sign a 1-year extension with us so that we can then agree to sell him and get some more money for him. Because obviously, if we don't sell him this summer, next summer he goes for nothing. Now, Harry Maguire did that. He knew he was leaving for Man United. And he wanted to sort of support the club. He signed an extension of the contract, which enabled us to ask 80-odd million for him. It's a very weird situation. And no disrespect to Arsenal, but I think, and I would say the same to Man United as well. What they can't offer him Champions League football. And looking at Arsenal, and the only advantage you've got is the signings you're making. Could you offer Champions League future next season or the season after? Now, we may look at Tottenham. If Tottenham come in and go, well, actually, Conte knows what he's doing. He's a damn good manager. They've got Champions League this year. We will move on. So I don't honestly know. I'm ready for the fact if he goes. And who would I replace him with? You know what? I've no idea, because we've got other players coming through. We've got such a good youth system. Kieran Dewsbury Hall, he probably was actually a better player than Tielemans last season. So you could ask the question: do we actually need to replace him? Because we've got Kieran Dewsbury Hall, we've got Mendy, we've got Ndidi. Yeah, we need maybe that attacking midfielder, but that's what KD is. We've got. I think
Dewsbury Hall was a little young.
Well, he played all last season. He's played in the European semi-final. I don't think Nikita's done that, has he?
Eddie Nketiah.
Nketiah, that's it, yeah. Nikita, that was an Elton John
song. Talking about that piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've got some good news for you, Stephen. I've got some good news for you regarding Arsenal. On this day in '95, you signed Dennis Bergkamp.
Oh, brilliant. And now we're signing Nketiah and giving him the number 14 shirt. Well, I know exactly what number. I know the name and shirt number that Luka's getting on his shirt.
Who's getting on his shirt?
I took the piss out of him because he sits there and moans about Ponky out and we shouldn't buy the merch and all this, all that. And yet he buys the shirt. Right? And then, so I teased him when he was on Rich Sports, said, you're going to go put Nketiah number 14 on your back of your shirt, aren't you?
Yeah, I see what you mean, yeah.
Because you went on me on your shirt.
Just looking today, you've been linked with Rafinha now.
Yeah, that's been rumours. There's been rumours about that.
Yeah.
We've had all sorts of rumours.
I mean, you get out there, you're buying players, so fair enough to you. I just don't know.
We're not buying the right ones, though.
He said if it doesn't happen, he's not unhappy at Leicester. It's not that he's looking, he's got to get out, whatever, and he'll jump ship, He's just, I think he realises that Leicester didn't have the good season that he wanted. He's not got all the clubs knocking at the door that he thought he would have, as in Champions League options. He hasn't got the sort of, the Munichs, the Barcelonas, the Madrids, the Parises coming in for him. And he may sign a 1-year extension. But I just don't know. Like I said, I just can't predict it. But
it depends how ambitious Arsenal want to be. If Arsenal want to show ambition, then you'll buy into it. If they're not showing enough ambition, he's not going to go buying into it, is he?
No. I mean, you could look at Arsenal and go, yeah, look, they're buying all these players. That's a sign of, that they're moving forward. Unfortunately, we're not buying players at the moment. And whether that's because we need to sell Tielemans to buy in because of the money situation, I don't know. But yeah, look, like I said, if he goes, he goes. I'm ready for him to go, but I just, like I say, we'll see what happens. If Arsenal came in now, right, and said, here's 35 million. Let's not mess about. Here's 35 million. He's got a year left. I tell you what, we'd sell him. I'd say let's sell him.
Yeah.
The problem is we paid 40. You're offering around the 25. But we've only got that year left. If you had ambition, if you have the real ambition, we do what we did with Perez. You go in. How much do you want? 30 million. Right, here's 30 million.
Yeah.
Well, 27 minutes ago, Fabrizio Romano said Barcelona have agreed personal terms with Rafinha, but no agreement on a fee with Leeds.
Oh, speaking of La Liga clubs, Rudiger's just about to announce himself as a Real Madrid player as well. So that's a blow for Chelsea. We knew that was happening because of Chelsea's situation. Speaking of Chelsea,
They
moving on.
did say with Rafinha that Barcelona, it was, like you say, they're struggling to be able to pay a transfer fee for him.
Yeah, but just before we move on to that, just going to cover the rest of the points that are today. Then I'll put the link in the chat. By the way, that was for a 3-month spell, mate. That was for like a 2-month loan spell. So there's no point giving him this number 14 shirt for a 2-month loan spell, right? Right, 14 was your shirt in the story. I love Rafinha.
Yeah.
I just think he'll be too much. Big up, man. Big up, not. Love Rafinha at Spurs, but we are linked with Anthony now. But I wouldn't. I wouldn't either one. I wouldn't mind either one if that's what you mean. What's happening with well, we just said Tielemans is still like up in the air about Arsenal, and Rafinha is going to looks like he's on his way to Real Madrid at the minute. So
have you seen what Lad Bible have just shared? They've shared a picture saying they found a genuine UK takeaway that's called Jack Grealish.
oh Jesus, have they really?
They have. It's actually on Just Eat.
Love it.
Jack Grealish.
So Lukaku, after 12 months ago, now exactly a year ago, Lukaku was signed from Inter Milan to join Chelsea. Full 12 months, he's now going back from Chelsea to Inter Milan. Right?
Yeah.
What a difference a year makes.
It does.
Innit?
It does. The thing is with Lukaku, right? He wants his cake and eats it. That's the only problem with him. He thought, I'll go back under Tuchel. It'll be a different story at Chelsea because...
And then he wanted to change the system, didn't he?
Yeah. I'll come in and they'll work around me. And it just wasn't that. It wasn't
Tuchel
that. So he's like, nah, I'm pissing off. I'm spitting my dummy out.
I don't get what Lukaku was on about. At what point is a manager who's just won the Champions League, the biggest prize in club football, is going to go change his tactical style just for you?
Exactly.
It's never going to happen.
No.
It's never going to happen. Not in a million years. I don't know what he was smoking when he decided to do that, or thinking he was going to do that. But it must have been something very funny, and I definitely want some. Like, by the way, we don't condone doing drugs on this channel unless they're prescribed.
I mean, wasn't it a weird signing for Chelsea anyway? Because they'd had him before and he hadn't produced the goods.
No,
So
that's because Lukaku when he left Chelsea was about 18 years old.
Yeah.
He was a youngster, so he
Yeah,
left.
but the thing
He
is,
left
though,
to go to West Brom. Then he went to Everton,
Stephen. He went to West Brom. They played to his strengths. Goal machine. Went to Everton. They played to his strengths. Goal machine. Inter Milan. Goal machine. Goes back to Chelsea. Nah.
He got Man United.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Oh yeah, they didn't play to his strengths. Yeah.
As soon as you go to a club that doesn't mould a team around, not particularly their best player, but if you know that his goals are going to come off the back of you modelling your team around that.
Yeah.
He's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's a good player, but he is wasted at Chelsea. And if he does go back to Inter Milan, fair play to him. It's just a lot of messing around, isn't it? To-ing and fro-ing. I love Inter Milan. I want to go back to Chelsea. It's my home. Bullshit. I want to go back to Milan.
This is it. People are going to be scared. They're going to be put off by him, thinking, well, he'll sign for us, and then in 2 weeks' time, he'll say he wants to go back somewhere else.
Well, speaking of which, I've heard on Sky today that Aguero has signed for West Ham, and I'm not talking about Con Aguero. I'm talking about that would have been a clickbait title, wouldn't it? West Ham signed Aguero, isn't it? Rafael, I think it's Rafael Aguero, I believe his name is, from
I
Rennes.
thought it was
just
Agard
signed.
or something like that. I think it's a D.
No, it's not. It's this Rafael Aguero. Let me just bring it up.
I thought it was like Guard or something like that.
Yeah, it's Agard because the West Ham fans have been sharing it like mad.
Let me have a look. West Ham Aguero. Right. To announce. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's because they. Oh, hey God! I thought it said because it looked like they said
It does
Aguero
look
on
like it. When
Sky
I
Sports.
saw it, I was like, Aguero.
So sorry, my bad. It was my bad. My bad. It would have been a good clickbait on.
It's interesting, that one, because just reading there, Newcastle were also after him apparently, and I think the fact that he's gone to West Ham and not Newcastle, we were all sat here immediately thinking, well, if Newcastle want a player, they're just going to get him. They're going to go in and they'll get what they want. Maybe.
Well, they've been beaten to Tarkowski by Everton, eh?
Yeah, well, Don't remind me of that.
Yeah.
Come on, Nathan.
And I thought Tarky had ambition. He wanted to make the England squad and wanted to play Champions League football. And he's not going to get either of them at Goodison Park. And I mean, you only have to look at Michael Keane. He's not ripping it up or wearing an England shirt. So bad career move. If I were looking at it,
I think so. I'm not saying that he should have come to Leicester, but this funny thing
of
is,
all the clubs out of West Ham, Leicester, and Everton, Everton's the last of the three I'd have gone to.
I mean, probably Newcastle because of what they could offer him. But it's funny that while he was 30-odd million, we kept trying to buy him. As soon as he was free, we've done fuck all. And what Rodgers has got to understand is, and I know this director of football guy, whatever it is, from Southampton isn't coming to the end of the transfer window, which is great. They're getting somebody to come and look after transfers. Isn't coming into the end of the window. But we've got to be careful we don't miss out on these players. And it's Rodgers has got his future relies on this window.
Definitely, mate. It all relies on his video. By the way, links in the chat if anyone does want to come on as well. It's nice to be out in the sun for a little bit as well, so it's nice. Let's see who else is in the chat. Big up Craig, who's just come in the chat as well. Big up yourself. Don't think. By the way, also, if anyone hasn't done so already, I know Dan's obviously been relegated to the Championship, but he still deserves some subs on his channel anyway. Like he has to part with a lot, doesn't he? So make sure you go subscribe to. What the?
Just because our American owners are all right, yours is a shit, but mine's all right.
Here you go. I was gonna say, you go sub to his channel now. He can fuck off now. But also, go support Chris, because as much as he banters me all day, he didn't get any banter last season the way his team were playing. For fuck's sake.
No, we're not a good season. Not a good season. We had a bit of an Arsenal season.
Right. We weren't that bad. We didn't finish 9th. We finished 8th. Get that right.
If you don't mind. But I have been practicing being an Arsenal fan because I've got the phrase right. Let me see if I've got this right, Stephen. We haven't got Europe this season, so we should get into the Champions League. Ooh. How did that work out for you?
I didn't say that.
Arsenal fans were saying that.
I didn't say. Yes, but that's not. Hang on. That's Top Gooners talking absolute rubbish. On half of them ain't even.
I thought you may well have let it out.
Half of them. No. Half of them ain't even Gooners, mate. So shut up.
The thing is, we should have made Champions League, but we bottled it.
Thank you very much. Like, they didn't want to admit that we bottled it. They want to turn it around and say, but we overachieved finishing 5th. Yeah, now look. We can't even get Tillemans. Right. Freddie, how are you doing, mate? Long time no see.
How
you doing?
How are you enjoying the sun?
I'm doing all right. I'm enjoying the sun for a little bit, making sure I not get a headache as well. Like I did last time. And last time I was suffering badly. But yeah, what did you want to say on just like an Arsenal general, for example?
Well, I'm thinking with Mane leaving, or going to Bayern, I mean, that leaves room for us to try and go all into Gnabry. I think if you want to show real ambition, you give them as much as they want for him and put the wages down for him. Because
I know I'd love to, mate, but I can't see it.
No, it's unlikely, but if you want to put the room, like, put 70 odd mil for Rafinha, put all that on Gnabry's wages.
Yeah.
They're going to be left, they've got a year left in his deal.
Plus, it'd be a homecoming for Gnabry, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
it'd be good
to get him, if you said it like that.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, if Gnabry is actually serious, he wants to move and challenge, then why not? I mean, that would be a signing like of the summer if Arsenal managed to pull that off, like from a top Champions League, one of the favourites of the Champions League, to come from there and go to Arsenal would be a massive boost for Arsenal in a sense. I know most of the Arsenal fans will go in absolute hyperactive mode and think we're going to absolutely destroy everyone. No,
unless you're a West Brom fan, then he shouldn't even be playing football anymore.
But I do. But for the obviously, because
he knows what he's doing, Mikel. He knows what he's doing.
Trust the process, boys. Trust the process.
But in terms of the actual, in terms of realistic, and I've always got to be realistic on this. I just don't see it.
Arsenal Champions League. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll use that excuse as well, but they'd also, if we had Champions League, we might have had a fighting chance. But like, also to be fair, even if we did have Champions League, they'll be like, oh yeah, but we only have 150 mil. We don't want to blow our budget on one player. Blah 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 blah. Like making all the excuses in the world not to actually sign him. But we'll pay 3.5 million for an 18-year-old who is available for free. So it says a lot about
Gnabry anyway, and I don't think if we're competing with them, we've got much of a chance of this.
Yeah, even if we had Champions League football, we'd be struggling to compete against them. Like, especially since they've just won the Champions League. Just trying to put some positive spin on it. Somehow I wanted to get you to sign, but giving him... Yeah. I get what you mean by putting a positive spin on it, but yeah, let's just not go there. We're going to talk about Nketiah later on in the evening. Like, and you can have fun with it afterwards. I will also get to explain how actually Arsenal fans can actually make a difference without actually spending. If you actually didn't spend any money, you'd actually significantly damage the income you get, which then if you took the expenditure out, Jesus Christ, you'd cripple the club. If you actually didn't spend on just the shirts, and that's not even a match tickets involved. Like, but hey, what do I know? Like, what do I know? Like, but as usual, all these Arsenal fans, they love to go on Twitter and go, Kroenke out, Kroenke out, Kroenke out. Then they're like, look at me in my new shirt. Look at me, I've got Nketiah on the back as well. I've got Nketiah number 14 on the back as well. Right, so I've just, all the money from the printing that goes straight to the owners, I've just given it all straight to them.
I don't get why they've given him the number for that reason either, because if you're going to try and make money off shirt sales, not many people, like 14 is a massive number, surely you want to give that to a new signing, that's going to boost that. Whereas, like,
yeah, why don't you give it to Jesus?
Yeah, it'd be perfect for someone like that. He's going to end up with number 9, I reckon, if he signs Jesus now.
Yeah, he's getting number 9, I think. Martinelli, why don't you give him Martinelli?
He's got 11 now, isn't he?
Oh, he's got 11 now, is he? Okay.
Yeah, they gave him Torreira's number.
Okay.
That means he's out the door.
Yeah, Torreira was always going. Torreira doesn't really want to be there anyway. He said from a while that he's not. He wants to be back in sort of La Liga because he's not he's
It's a
not
shame with Torreira
to
because
settle
under
there.
Emery, I thought he was really good.
Yeah, it's not
And
about the
then,
talent of the player for me. It's about the fact that he just can't settle there, and
yeah,
that's what
I
you
mean,
get
yeah.
sometimes.
I'm not going to get that much money for him either, which is a bit annoying because I remember when he first signed, City were in for him, I think, for quite a lot, and we said no.
Freddie, do we ever get anyone for any money in these days?
No, I think the most we sold a player for was like Oxlade-Chamberlain, and that was like 30 mil. Like, we hardly bring in the big bucks for our players, do
Iwobi?
we?
Stephen,
Oh,
I've got to go,
yeah.
mate, at 2. So I'm going to say all the best, mate. Take care.
Take care, man.
I really do hope Tillemans falls through for you, but who knows? Who knows what will happen?
Yeah, I hope so as well, mate. Because I could do with it. I could do some positivity. I could actually
All the
be a
best,
bit
guys.
positive.
Take care.
But yeah, thanks,
See ya.
man.
Take it easy,
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's also nice to get a Leicester perspective on that one as well. Got to work now. Be a big up, Manny. I hope you stay safe and well. Super Mick Arteta knows exactly what you need. Ben White at the back. Okay, you in attack. Arsenal going to the Championship. I won't go that far. I'll say you wait for Conference League. Well, we apparently. Do you know what's funny? This is how shameless our fans are. They came with that song. We're going to the Champions League. Going to the Champions League. They continued with that all the way until we beat Newcastle. Until we lost to Newcastle. Once we lost to Newcastle, they went against Everton. They were singing, "We're on our way to the Europa League," and they were like,
No way.
"That's how the original song was made." Like that's how it was originally. That was how it was originally made. And I'm like, "You lying, you lying." They say anything to excuse this manager and his mistakes. I mean, seriously.
If we signed, it's not like it was a new thing that Tierney couldn't last the season, Partey couldn't last the season. So in January we signed a left back, or Partey was cover.
We
Then I
could
don't
have
think
kept.
we'd have lost
We
those
had
3
two
games.
CDMs. We had 2 CDMs in Chambers and Maitland-Niles,
Maitland-Niles.
but we sold both of them.
Yeah, the Maitland-Niles one was really weird. He didn't even play at Roma really either. He was on the bench. For
But
like
don't worry,
90% of
Freddie.
them.
We won. We won the cutting of the wage bill award.
Yeah, but Maitland-Niles wasn't much anyway, and Chambers wouldn't have been on that much either. Like,
You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't even.
the depth would have been more important.
That's what I don't get. Why don't you just let him go the summer? Just let him go this summer.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then
even then,
Maitland-Niles, we loaned him out, so we're still going to be paying some of his wages, aren't we? He's come back.
and
now,
even then,
so.
you could have loaned out Maitland-Niles and loaned in, so you would have taken over. So basically, the guy who loaned in would have been paid Maitland-Niles wages, right? You could have loaned in Wijnaldum
We were looking
for
at
free.
Arthur. What we were looking at Arthur, weren't we? Yeah, and Wijnaldum.
Well,
On
Arthur, either one of them would have secured us top 4.
We should have been in for Bentancur because Juve loaned him out initially. That would have been perfect for us for that period of time.
Yeah, but I think to be fair, you weren't going to compete with Conte. But even then, you had Arthur and you had Wijnaldum there screaming at them, saying, "Hey, we could do with a Premier League return. Come buy us."
What is Wijnaldum doing this summer? Is he just staying at PSG now?
I think
not
he's
getting the
staying
game
at
time
PSG.
there, is he?
I don't think he is. What is? I'll actually have a look about that.
Because I'd definitely take him at Arsenal. He's got experience covering the midfield, play a few positions in there. I rated him a lot at Liverpool.
The transfer tavern saying Gini Wijnaldum linked with a shot red return. Nah,
Shot return to where?
that's not gonna return to. Well, guess where?
What, Newcastle, Liverpool?
Liverpool.
I don't know that.
Nah,
I
there
think they're
were
going to move on
whispers.
from him now.
Nah, there were whispers about it, but I don't. Knowing Klopp, he doesn't go back for the same player.
Yeah, I think well, they do need a midfielder now because they wanted Tchouaméni, didn't they? But then he's gone Real Madrid, so I don't know who they're going to look for now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't. Sorry, two. Bloody dog. Why he's trying to eat either the chive or the cat, crap, or the crap that's next to it. Dogs are annoying. Trust me. Where's the other bottle of drink I got? I swear it's here somewhere. Yeah, any other news that anyone wants to report on? Let me have a look at the transfer centre. What transfer news is on Sky reporting? I haven't actually checked Romano in the last few weeks. I've just been using the transfer centre, which is a bit shameless of me. I should be using So yeah, medical's set for Tuesday for Bayern, so that's going to pretty much be done on Tuesday. Gunners in talks with Lisandro Martinez. That's one thing I didn't talk about. Lisandro Martinez is a 22-year-old centre-back from Ajax. Well, hang on. That's Nketiah, a 22-year-old. Yeah, Lisandro Martinez from Ajax, a young centre back. If I'm not mistaken, if I can go back to it, let me have a look. We'll find out his age.
I thought he was their player of the season last season, wasn't he? If I heard that right, and he can play a few positions as well, which I think we need definitely.
Yeah,
through the centre back.
Yeah, that's helpful if it's
replacement, if anything.
Yeah, he's 24 years of age as a centre back. Hey, look, I already rate him over friggin' Ben White. I ain't even seen him yet.
You not rate Ben White?
No, shit.
I don't actually mind Ben White, but I know me and Stephen disagree on that quite vastly.
I could defend better. Trust me, I can have my infusion pump next to me, and I could still perform better. I'm not even joking. Like the guy is useless. He's absolutely useless.
What do you reckon on Ben White?
Be very careful what you say next.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't really say I've seen much of him at Arsenal, but I will say when it came to looking at the England selection, I was thinking, why the fuck is he there?
There you go. What am I saying?
Yeah, I think he's just better than everything else we've got for England. I'd rather have him than Mings.
What?
Cody.
Mings, I understand. I mean, I'd rather take a League Two defender than Tyrone Mings. The guy's just a fucking bully.
I don't get how he lasted as long as he did in the England squad. It's only because he's left-footed.
Yeah, the guy's not that good, to be fair, Mings. Yeah, Cody I rate over Ben White. I'm sorry. I rate Ben White. I rate Connor Cody big time.
Yeah, but you rate Mustafi more than Ben White though, so I don't. That's not.
Yeah,
that's not high
I do,
praise.
mate. I do, mate.
Hello.
I rate this little finger over freaking Ben White.
I do want to see Saliba starting over him, even though because I think.
Where do you go then? What does that tell you? What does that tell you?
Would he even start?
We've paid. What? No, Ben White is look. Trust me, Ben. It's going to be Gab. It's got if Arteta knows what's good for him, it's going to be Gabriel and Saliba in the back four, as the two centre backs.
Yeah, I don't even think we're
if
going
he
to
knows what's good for him. Right,
Ben
White. We have paid £50 million for a backup.
Stephen, Kate's on her way back from shopping and stuff, so I'm gonna have to shoot and stuff.
Yeah, mate. So we're gonna wrap up in a sec anyway. So thanks for coming on, man.
No worries. Take it easy, and as I say, good luck for next season as well.
Yeah. Let us know when you're free as well, and we'll get you on another show. Definitely.
Will do. Top man. Take it easy, everyone.
Take care, guys. Make sure you go sub to the channel as well. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Right. Yeah. Make sure you go and sub to his channel as well. Turf Morehouse TV. Just type that in on YouTube and you'll find it. Right. Yeah. It's got to be Gabriel and Saliba in the back. In the back two. In that four. Ben White and Holding as the backup. Because no matter what.
Do you still have Kolasinac?
No, he's gone.
Okay.
No, he's gone. So we need
God
two in
for
every
that.
position. We need two in every position. Unfortunately, we need to get another left back. We need another right back. I think right
Centre
back.
midfielder, striker.
To be fair, if we can get another right back, we can get another. Them get in. If we can't, it's not going to be the absolute end of our season, right? And the reason I say that,
a low priority.
if I say so, it's that which is the more priority, the left side or the right side? The left side.
Left side. Yeah.
Tavares is not ready. Tavares is never going to be ready. He's shit. I'm
You don't
sorry.
think even with a loan we could see a better player there?
I've tried to stretch out a loan, but when I've watched the games again, I've like, this guy's got no spatial awareness. This guy's got no anticipation. He's got nothing about him. He is weak and he get bulldozed every single game. You put him up against a decent enough right back, they will bulldoze him every time. I just don't see it. At least with some players, you can see it. You can see there's something you can work on.
But
I
I
don't
just
see
think
anything.
like he is very quick and he's very strong. He just has no defensive awareness at all. So if you can sort that
He's
out, I
Dan
think
James at wing back.
Tavares is
he's
Aussie Goon is trolling.
left back.
Aussie Goon is trolling me, man. Aussie Goon is trolling. He's. I'm sorry. I've tried holding out for him, and it doesn't work out for me. It doesn't work out. Look. Anyway, like Lukonga, Lukonga, he had a couple of games where he looked quite good. That's why I could say you can get him out on loan spell.
Well.
Yeah, that's why I said you can put him out on loan. Tavares, from the minute he stepped in, he just didn't look good at all. I thought, oh my god,
Tavares, we'll get back what we paid for him because it wasn't a big splash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it weren't a big splash, we won't be losing out too much, even if we didn't buy him. You know what I mean?
I think we got that young right back who's meant to be quite good as well, who we could give a chance in the Europa League games or Carabao Cup with Norton Coffey. He's in the
Aussie Gooner, how you doing, my mate?
Oh, mate, still kicking, mate. Still kicking. How you going, all right?
Yeah, you still surviving in this club?
Oh, yeah, mate. Yeah, fucking can't get rid of me, mate. Ah, mate, I'm too strong.
Shits and giggles, isn't it?
Oh, fucking mate, it's all love. It's all love.
So what's your how do you find Arsenal in this lovely summer's day? Oh, it's not summer over there for you, it's the winter.
No, it's fucking winter, mate. It's fucking winter over here, mate. We still got sunshine, but it's fucking cold.
Look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it?
That's
at least they'll get the World Cup in the heat when we've got to be watching it just cold.
What kind of temperatures you guys got?
No, because we're
30.
like nearly 30.
30. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. That's nice temps. Good for a walk.
No, do you know what's funny? Because like in the summer, they're sitting there taking the piss out of us flipping burgers in a barbecue for Christmas while we're freezing our tits off.
Mate, 30 degrees is beautiful weather, mate. 30 degrees is a basic. That's us leading into summer. That's a nice temp, man.
Mate, I was not feeling that on Friday. Trust me, I walked out and it was like, Bill. Right?
Nah,
and
mate, 30's hot.
What happened
30's
was some people thought I quit YouTube because I put on and said I really don't. Because I put up on my status said I really don't feel well at the minute. Like I really have burning headaches from from the weather. Right, because of the heat. Right?
Oh, come on, 30 degrees. You talking heat?
No.
542.
Mate, to be fair, I've never usually like that. No, to be fair, I've never usually like. No, he never usually like that. So I've been to Florida when it's been that sort of weather and even higher. and I've been fine. But because for some reason I got back from my infusion, I wasn't feeling tired or anything like that.
Took you out.
That I just got some weight. It just felt like some weights were putting against my side, either side of my head, and then they were pushing them in, into my head. So I was getting massive headaches all day. So
That, mate.
and then overnight I was getting shivers, which I can only control with paracetamol.
Oh,
So
mate, bugger
yeah,
that.
so
Fucking bugger that.
like people came back and said, "Oh, you're back," and I'm like, "I didn't quit." I just said I wasn't well. But it's nice. It's got a nice breeze now. It's not like that massive warmth of air now. It's a nice breeze to it. So
Fair enough.
yeah. Anyway, how are you finding like the whole? We'll start with the Nketiah situation. How do you view that since you're here?
Honestly, 100k and the number 14.
Should have been
That's
more.
kind of. It's kind. You know, to say fucked would be too nice. So I won't say fucked. But it reeks
Double
of
fucked.
desperation. It reeks of desperation. Like, you know what I mean? Give him the fucking
Is it-
14. I'm gonna give.
is it-
Listen to this. Let this for laugh's sake.
Is it fucked and anal at the same time?
Oh mate, it screams fucked hard, right? But the thing is, like, I look at fucking Nketiah wearing the 14, right? All right, that's fucking great for you, mate. Well fucking done. Gabriel Jesus is coming in to be the starting lineup striker. Let's say this is going to happen, right? Because they're looking at another striker. So the number fucking 14 is sitting on the fucking bench. You might as well take the number 10 and fucking put that on the bench too while you're at it. You know, take all the starting lineup players and give these guys numbers from 99 down. Like, seriously, what the fuck? Like, it's like, mate, it's like being an up-and-coming boxer and walking around wearing gear that says Mike Tyson all over you. The fuck out of here, mate. Get the fuck out of here, mate. I'm going to wear the 14. You couldn't wear the 14 to fucking save your fucking life, mate. Mate, go wear the 28, yeah? Double it up. Do that for yourself. At least it wouldn't be that fucking embarrassing. Seriously, like, but look, 100k and the number 14, whatever. The number. But 100k, I think, is a bit much. But then again, I mean, look, think of it this way, right? We just gave Nketiah 100k for 5 years. Spurs gave fucking Perisic 79k or 80k a week, right? Yeah. No, this is the thing. See, this is the problem. This is the problem that I have with us boys, right? Is because we're sitting there and we're
more than Tottenham rate Perisic.
yeah. So they've given Perisic, right? They gave Perisic 79,000 k, right? 79,000 pounds a week.
Perisic was just sitting there at Spurs and like, what the fuck am I? What the hell?
Yeah, but the thing is, you see, everyone's talking Perisic. Has anyone seen what Perisic has done in the last fucking 4 years? Fuck all.
Yeah.
His last season at Inter was fucking what? 7-8 goals off the wing, 30 fucking appearances.
8
Inter
goals,
didn't
8
want that.
He is playing wing back now for Inter, to be fair.
Yeah, he's playing wing back for Inter now, right? So explain to me why Inter didn't hold on to him.
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
Why didn't Inter hold on to this guy if he's world class?
Maybe
They let him go on a free.
Couldn't afford him.
By the way, Aussie Gooner, you see that guy right on the top corner? He's not calling you a true fan because you don't back that. You don't back the Nketiah full shirt.
Oh, fucking mate, I'm not. Mate, if I have to fucking back Nketiah to be fucking a true fan, you're fucking dreaming, mate.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't understand why. I don't understand why they give him 14. Like they thought the fans would be happy with it. You think they want
Mate.
to take the pressure off him and just let him do his thing? But now the spotlight's on him.
They've got a target on the fucker now, you know what I mean? Everywhere he goes, there's a fucking target on him. So look, I looked at it and I went, you know what? Look, I think 100k is a bit rich for that kind of a fucking player. I think it screams desperation, so we don't have to spend money on a transfer, right? So we don't have to pay a fucking transfer fee. Now, what are we going to do with him? He's going to rust on the bench, and we're going to pay this guy 100k to rust on the fucking bench.
That's Arsenal.
The Fabio Vieira thing, it looks like that was getting done not now. That looks like it's been discussed fucking maybe a month before the window even opened. That's why it was so quick.
Yeah, that was very
Like a
quick and out of nowhere, wasn't
It
it?
came out of nowhere.
That's a no. You know why? Because see, a lot of people think the fucking transfer window opens now. We're talking. Now look at Haaland. That was done and dusted. Nunes. That was done and dusted. That was all done and dusted before the transfer window opened. There was discussions. So I think this Vieira thing was the
signed
same.
two signings before they even set a transfer window open.
Yeah, because they saw Fraser Forster. They need some fucking depth to the goalkeeper. They go, we need someone. So Forster for free. Yeah, okay, fair enough. And then they saw Perisic. Well, on a free. Yeah, all right. 80k, 78k. Yeah, fair enough. And Basuma on that price. Fuck yeah.
Right,
I mean, as long as the investigation goes fucking well, fuck yeah, as a DM. Fuck yeah.
I think that's the only reason they got him for that cheap and no one else was in for him. So I think they're the only ones willing to
And
take
the
that
1
risk.
year left.
Yeah, and the 1 year. See, I hope that it's all bullshit because I don't like that kind of stuff in football. Not Tottenham, not Arsenal, not Man United. I just don't like
It's not a good image, is it?
Yeah, I think it
Sigurdsson
stains.
as well.
Yeah, it stains the game. You know what I mean? I don't want us to be brought down. You know, football's about a bit of class. So I hope it's not true. But if it is, I think we'd all agree that that's probably the reason why a lot of teams weren't really knocking on the door. And Spurs got themselves a guy for about, let's be honest, maybe 11 million, 12 million pounds undervalue. Because as a DM, he's a good DM. DM. Not a box-to-box, a DM. Not the best on the ball, but a good defensive midfielder. Not really. No, not the way we play. We don't need a DM. No.
Yeah,
we
you can have any.
No. Look, we play 4-2-3-1, right? We play 4-2-3-1 with Partey. Partey plays the anchor role, right? Partey always plays anchor. What you guys need, and what I've been saying for a full year, is Yuri Tielemans, not Basuma. Basuma's a good player, but doesn't suit. We need
My
Yuri
worry with
Tielemans.
Partey is I don't think we can get a full season out of him.
No,
Yeah,
but
well,
if I
if he gets
get
injured.
Yeah, but that's all right. That's perfectly fine. I'll switch up the positions between Tielemans and Lokonga, Tielemans and Xhaka, Tielemans and fucking El Neni. See, you see, this is the problem, guys. Let me tell you something. Where are we right now? We're not going to go along and buy 5 players. No one does that. Not going to happen. Not going to happen, right? So, for me,
Arsenal never did that when we were in the Champions League.
I would love to have Yuri Tielemans and Jude Bellingham side by side, but it's never going to happen.
Yeah,
Right? That would be
wouldn't it?
that would be fucking like you wouldn't look at anything. You just look at our midfield and just go, the fuck is that, right? Not going to happen. But so it's not lowering our standards, being realistic, right?
No, we have to work back up to that level, don't we? We can't. Yeah, we're not going to get the big names now. We've got to get them before they become that big name.
Or we start becoming a better team. We start becoming more of a,
But it doesn't
becoming
mean we
more
shouldn't
successful.
demand that sort of standard, though. We shouldn't demand going back to that standard.
Steve, look, you can demand it all you want, and I'll demand it too. But the reality of the thing is, like, all right, what can we get, and who can we get? Yuri Tielemans is a player that nobody looks at. James Maddison does, because he owes a lot of his success to Tielemans and his performances, and that's a fact. Anyone wants to come at me on that? Let's go. Because if anyone has watched Yuri Tielemans, you'll know how important he's been, right? And I rate that guy. He's fucking.
FA Cup final goal.
The thing is, I
He's
say,
a big boy too.
The thing is, I say is like, the reason I say this that we need to demand it is that the fact it's not so much as like you can demand it all we want, and like it's about encouraging the fans to show that, like, look, your attitude needs to change in the transfer market. So you show players that we're ambitious enough that we actually want to push forward. Players will buy into something if you show the ambition, that if you show you're ambitious enough to go that far. Like, but we don't show the right attitude whenever we sign a player that we're going to go to the top, and that's why that's why we're always dilly-dallying and struggling to get players in. Right, because they know they're not going to get like trophies or major honours at Arsenal because we're not serious enough. And this is why I say again, like, how can fans actually impact that? Why can't we? We can. I'll explain it quite easily later on. Like, and for example, you take away the fact that it goes 60,000 at the ground every week. Take away that. Say 60,000 always go every week. Fine, whatever. Right? If everyone buys the match shirt, right? the whole fan base. It's £2.59 billion, right, on 70 quid worth of shirt. That's not including the 100 quid that some people buy for the actual authentic one, right? If a quarter of the fan base buy it, that's now 600 million, right? That's 600 mil. Like, it goes from, if you count also then the 5 training kits that we produce every season. So everyone buys the shirt from that training kit, from the 5 kits that we produce throughout the season. That's altogether, including the match shirt, will come to around about £15 billion, right? If we all did it, a quarter of us did it, it'd be about 2 billion. And yet, and people are saying we can't make an impact. Well, you can, right? You can, right? If you actually sit there and work it out, but you're so blinded, right, and so drum up by what this club says that you'll do exactly what they say, and
It's not even that.
sit.
Because it's easier.
But then at the same time, you're sitting there saying, "Oh, I want change. I want this. I want us to go back to the top." Well, why do you keep believing what they're saying? Why do you keep going out and doing it?
It's because it's easier, mate. It's because it's easier. Everyone wants everything easy, mate.
If you want us, I know, but what I'm saying is, if you want us to change, and I know YouTubers that said it as well, they want us to change. They want the owners to change and all that. Well, don't buy the shirt then. But what do? They go and buy the shirt straight away as soon as it comes out.
Dude, let me tell you, you want change? Keep your shirt. Buy your shirt. No, buy the shirt, right? You want change, right? Buy the shirt. Buy the shirt, buy the jumper, buy the jacket, buy the underwear, buy the fucking watch. You want change? Let me tell you how to get change. Go to the Emirates and give me 30,000 people saying, fuck you, Adidas. And then next week, I want them to say, don't visit Rwanda. Because if I make the Emirates unmarketable, right, and do that in every single fucking game, how many sponsors are you going to get? Okay? Now, you could do that, but that's if you want to change. Dude, if I burn Adidas on every single home game on live TV, trust me, that burns your brand. And you're not going to be paying sponsorship money to have your brand tarnished, right? It's simple as that.
That's how they affected the safety standards in Formula One, because they didn't want to see drivers being burnt to death on a car that had their name on it. They had their sponsor.
So,
no, but what I'm saying is, you know what I mean?
Because it's like Tag Heuer's on fire.
Yeah.
But, fuck. So, you can go ahead and do that, but end of the day, I'd do it. You do it. Most of the other fans won't do it. It's about getting together and getting busy. You know what I mean? And it's not about lowering standards here. Like, look, when I start talking transfer window on Arsenal, I'm not lowering my standard. What I'm saying is I'm being realistic with what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I'm just being realistic.
Exactly
What I want, man, is what everyone. I tell you, the players, you guys would flip, but it's not going to happen. And that's why I say I want a Max Aarons at right back. I want fucking Yuri Tielemans in the centre mid, and I don't want a fucking wanker from Manchester City who gets me 8 and 8. I want Ivan Toney from fucking Brentford. And then anyone is going to say, I don't rate fucking Ivan Toney. 12 goals, 4 assists with a fucking team like Brentford, right? Who are having problems creating. Whether I got 8 and 8 from Jesus with a team that fucking holds the ball for fucking 90% of the fucking time.
And creates about 20 odd chances for him every single game.
20 on a bad day, bro. On a 20 when they're all pissed off their heads, 20 chances. 20. When they're fucking on gun, forget about it. Lose count after 50. Fuck me. So
yeah,
I want Premier League proven players.
That's why I'm worried about the Jesus deal, because he's only gone over 20 goals in a season twice, and yet we hounded Giroud at the club for not scoring 20 goals in the league, let alone the season. Like, you know what I mean?
Didn't Pep drop Jesus for Aguero at one stage?
Yeah,
I think he did. So
I feel like the City. I feel like
look,
the City. Oh, sorry.
Hey man, sorry, bro.
Yeah, Gary, how are you?
I'm doing good.
I got another 10, 15 minutes.
That works perfectly for me, so that's cool. No, I was just gonna say, I think the City team as a whole, though, their structure means that they don't need one. You don't have to play 38 games, right? And two, they've got enough rotation that they keep you fresh when you get in. You just go ball out, and you know what? It doesn't even matter if you kill yourself, because I got somebody right behind you just as good, right?
Yeah.
So That's what we want, right? I want to be able, like I keep saying, anybody's heard me. When Arteta looks at his bench, he should be able to go you, and you, and not hesitate. Right now, he looks at his bench and goes, I don't got anybody I feel comfortable in that's going to be able to do a job for me. So I kind of feel like, you bring Jesus in. He's done 8-8 on a team that's not say holding him back, but that's just they don't need to go full out. If they did, they would hurt teams, I think, but they don't need to, and they play really good, right? I mean, they hold the ball for as long as they need to. They don't get much out of it, and it hurts them when they finally do get in front of the goal. I mean, that's how I think they lost the last two games that meant a lot, going into they meant a lot to them, I think, especially against Real Madrid. I think those two games, they needed to be clinical, and it's hard to do that when you keep rotating, I think, sometimes, and that kind of hurt them there. So Jesus comes to us 8-8. I'll take 8-8, and we're going to give him 30 games as opposed to 8-8 with 20 games and not a focus, all right? So he'll be a focus for us because we don't have anything even close.
No,
I like the Ivan Toney. I mean, I think two strikers at least should be what we were looking at, right? That's what we should have been doing.
Toney, Gabriel Jesus, Jude Bellingham, and fucking Yuri Tielemans.
No, think about it. If you're going to spend, like we're talking about spending 200 mil, and you just name 4 players that we probably can get for under, maybe close to that number.
Not even close to that number.
And then you're
could even get it for 150 mil, mate.
And then you're laughing, talking about, you know what? We went from 60 goals to 80 goals really easy, right, for a season. I mean, we'll be laughing because it's like, all right, our defense isn't as good. That's fine. Because, the players we're getting for defense with the structure that we have in front of them,
probably
I think
get
it'll be
Saliba
fine.
back as well.
So, yeah, Saliba's
Right,
back.
so
And, Holding can do a job once in a while, which I think is fine. We can't lean on him.
Ben White can do one
Right.
thing, and that's
Yeah.
leave the country.
No, I definitely feel like,
I've flown to Australia just to piss him off.
Yeah, I mean, I think he keeps. We
Good guy.
continually keep fine tuning that defense, and it's like, can we
Prefer him
do
on your barbecue.
a lot more in
He's
the
working on
offense?
the
Screw
attack
that.
now.
Screw the defense. His defense was better with less players, right? We had the top 3 defense with like nobody based on what we spent on the players now, right? We spent a lot of money into that back line, and the defense necessarily got worse. But now I say, you know what, that's fine. I think the structure is there for the defense. He's put that in and show that it can work even with lesser players. So the offense has been terrible. Midfield, he's leaky, right? So put all him. What is taking Jesus so long? If he doesn't want to come, move on and get somebody else. Because I don't like this dragging up the feet thing. What are we spending time talking about? They said they want 50. If you want him, pay the 50 and let's move on. If not, like you said, Toney would be really good to have. And
just want a penny pinch,
we
mate,
don't need to
all the
leave.
time.
We don't need to leave England. You don't need to leave Great Britain, United Kingdom to find the players that we want. I'll just assume get somebody from Burnley. They just went down to give us that grit that we need, right? We need some players that will knock you down as well. Burnley has that. We've gotten beaten up by Burnley, right? Because they come in with a little bit of aggression, and that's what we need from our squad, right?
Yeah,
this year we did better against them, but you know what? The season before that, they beat us, right?
Yeah, the bits 1-0.
So I'm just saying.
I don't want Vegas.
Yeah. I'm just saying there are players that are going down that have played decent and can do a job for us.
Like at Burnley, I think he's actually all right.
Yeah.
He's not too bad. I mean, look, we're linked to a lot of players in the transfer window. It takes time. Unless you do your business before the transfer window.
It's same players that go down. We'll sign fucking Timo Pukki.
Honestly, I'd rather. I honestly want to see us fucking try and move on Max
$200K a week.
It would have been nice if Leeds or Everton had gone down because they had a few players who actually could have pinched. But with the ones that went down, there's none that are too appealing, really.
Yeah, let's leave it like that, shall we? It gets worse by the minute, doesn't it? It always ends up having a moan about Arsenal, as usual, doesn't it?
I mean, I just fear we're gonna settle. You're gonna settle. It's like Jesus, all these names, and the next thing you know, it's somebody. You're like, who?
Yeah,
I can't deal with another project, right? I need somebody that
No,
You know,
Gary, do you know what's funny? You know that Fabio Vieira signing? When that popped up, when that soonest popped up, and I went, you watched the interest in Tillemans go down now. Right? And what did it say today? Interest in Tillemans is now called off. Like,
Well,
so
that's
now all of
the
a
other
sudden,
thing.
that's what's going to happen now. They're going to sit there and say, but we got Fabio Ferreira, we don't need him.
yeah, but we
They're
needed
different
two or three
midfielders, man.
players.
Nah, look,
We needed
No,
two or
but
three
that's what,
anyway.
no, but that's what they're going to spin.
Yeah.
look,
They don't care whether it's different. They're not football savvy. They're not football people. They just see him as, like, he's a midfielder. So there you go. There you go. We don't need
I
him.
still see how you could spend 100. What is it? 100 million on Aubameyang and Lacazette. Keep them around for 3-4 years. They both go, and then right now Nketiah is all we got, and we're talking like we're only going to
Not
bring in
even
one
Balogun.
striker. What? How can you? What? Does that mean the structure has changed now? We don't need strikers anymore. If so,
Yeah,
then we need more. We need more wingers.
strikers
right?
are overrated, man. Strikers are overrated. What do you need a striker for? Might as well get rid of the goalkeeper while you're at it. It'd make it interesting. Imagine that. No goalkeeper, no striker, full game.
Mate, I'm glad they didn't do it in my games because I was shit as a striker. I'm doing the machine gun.
Fuck me.
Oh, this
God.
job is a joke, honestly, man.
Look,
Like,
it's early
Alex
days.
is-
It's early days.
Alex is sitting as a Tottenham fan. He's like, not even my club's that bad.
Yeah, we're
You know
looking
what,
at teams like City and Liverpool bringing in Haaland, Nunes, Tottenham of Kane. And at the minute, we're relying on Nketiah, so I don't get how we can expect to be at that point where we've got
You know
5 goal
what?
season man up
You
there.
know what? On that Kane thing, right? And imagine, like, this is what I'm thinking now.
Do you know
on
what?
Kane,
They
right?
used to have Robbie. They used to have Robbie Keane and Jermaine Defoe. Well, we had Henry.
The times have changed, but look at Kane, right? Kane now is probably more suited to Manchester City's style of football than he was when they were linked with him. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, fucking.
I mean, I was surprised. I was surprised they didn't just go and just spend whatever it was, 150. You spent 100 on Grealish, and the man sat at the bench, and you were okay, and it didn't matter. So why can't 150 for a player who is going to play?
Yeah, because Kane. You see how Kane dropped back and he started becoming the assist king, right? And I'm thinking, fuck, you're so suited to Manchester City style of football now, right?
Yeah.
And okay, I know. Look, Haaland's fucking great. We'll call a spade a spade. But I'm just like, dude, Kane is so suited to you guys now. But I think City, the way they are is we go for him. He doesn't come. Next. And not next down, next up. That's it. And that's what we're going to do. They don't want to fuck about. But theoretically, right now, Kane
To be
would
fair,
suit their style.
if you just had an offer to get Haaland for £51 million, you're going to turn it down.
No. I'm not knocking. No, I'm not. No, what I'm trying to say is when they had the opportunity, they couldn't get him. They passed. And they never looked back. But if you look at Kane now, the way he plays, and call a spade, right? The guy is he's still got a nose for goal, and he sat back and he started becoming the assist king. So now he's becoming a guy who can distribute the ball. Does that not suit fucking Manchester City down to the T?
Kane would suit any team he went to, I think.
Yeah, but then to be fair, like, I know what Man City would do. Man City, when they would buy him, and then they'll try and stick him up front. I know that's what they'll try and do. Like, so.
But I mean, nowadays players rotate anyways, right? So once in a while he'll rotate back, and I kind of feel it punishes you because you like, all right, well, damn it, we've got Kane out of there, but next thing you know, you've got a De Bruyne coming in behind him, and you're like, damn, whichever way I look, I'm in trouble. Do what I want, I'm in trouble because they're gonna have wing players on the outside crossing through. I mean, it should make it easy for them to do what they want, and. I kind of feel like, if you're going to spend all this money and you like, this is what we need. Well, that's the best guy to get. Pay the money. It doesn't matter, right? 150, 200 doesn't matter right now because they seem to have whatever they need. Haaland, I think will work. I don't think it will click as fast, because he's already injury prone as it is. Coming in, think about that, right? Comes into Premier League. The first thing somebody's going to do is put a body on him, right? Can you hold up? For at least half the season? We'll see. So that's the only way you're going to get to him because if he's if you give him space, I think you're in trouble. But you put a body on him, eventually it'll wear down because it always does. You know, it might take him a year again. It might be another one of these Grealish things where you're like, well, next year maybe he'll be good because he'll get into it, right? We'll see. But any team who plays has to put a body on that guy. Arnold, we'll see if he can hold up. I mean, he's definitely a talent, but this is a different kind of game. It's a different kind of game. So,
have you guys seen Sterling might be leaving Man City as well to go Chelsea?
Yeah, gone
Yeah,
Chelsea, man.
yeah, Chelsea looks
Yeah,
like
I
they
wanted
want
him.
as well. Yeah, they want him as well.
I
must be
think
nice to
so.
throw away.
Yeah,
It must be nice to throw away 100 mil, right, on Lukaku and go, you know what? We need to fill a hole, so let's go do it. Let's go spend another 60, 70 to go get another player. And you know what?
8 million loan.
We'll get 10 mil. We'll get 10 mil back.
I think they're not. Yeah, I think Chelsea realised that mistake and realised that doesn't suit Tuchel's system. So they've got that's why they're going for Sterling, because he's more suited to his system. So
if they weren't listening to Tuchel, I hope they go back to start not listening to him if this, because you know, once he gets what he wants, I think everybody be in trouble, because they have the money to get what they want. But,
anyway, just Sterling is so overrated. We'll see if he goes to
Just
Chelsea.
20 goals a season, like.
Anyway, like
He can
we're
be
gonna.
frustrating.
Anyway, we're gonna leave it there, because I've got other stuff to get on with today, and I've got dinner to prepare, and I've got stream at 6:30, I believe, and then another stream at 9. So we got the Arsenal gossip column at 6:30 p.m, which will be fun. So that so I don't know if there's any Arsenal fans available for that one. Do DM us, and I'll get you on. We can be on for an hour. Then I should be going on someone else's show at 7:30. So they'll give me an hour to do that one. Big ups to that XI. Come right in the end, mate. But hope can watch it. But big up everyone who's liked and subscribed. If you haven't already, please do so. If you haven't hit the join, yes. Also, plus something that will cost you a very small amount, but it does go to Children's Liver Disease Foundation, is hitting the join button below and becoming a member. Right, just a little small donation from as little as $1.99 a month. There's 3 levels, loads of perks. All the details are down there. Just hit the join button below and follow the instructions, and you'll be giving just a small amount to help support our fundraising for Children's Liver Disease Foundation. That really, really would mean a lot. So yeah. So Aussie Gooner, where can I find you, mate?
Man, you can find me when it's not in the streets of fucking Sydney, in the laneways, you know, trying to tackle fucking decent players to bring them over to Arsenal. You can find me on YouTube, the Aussie Gooner channel, just the Aussie Gooner. You can see some of my content there. You'll see, you know, I usually do stuff with Kenny Ken and the lads. You can also follow me on Instagram. I'm always jumping about on Instagram. So just the Aussie Gooner on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, but I'm not that active. And I'll be honest with you guys, not too active on Twitter. So check out the Aussie Gooner on Insta. Check out the Aussie Gooner on YouTube, man. Thanks.
Wicked. Gary, don't waste the tweet. Don't waste the tweet. Where can I find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on DWTT on YouTube. If you type in DWTT Arsenal, I should pop up first. I actually have a show on tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, so that's 12:30 for you guys over on the pond. In Australia, it's like 9:30 in the morning, so I don't know.
That'll suit. 9:30 in the morning suits me, man. That's all right. I can do that, man. I can sit there on my phone and shit. Yeah, all good, man.
So that's where I'll be. Enjoy. Thanks for having me on, Stephen. It's been good, even though it was a little short. But that's
no, 12:30 in the evening. I'll see if I'm awake or I'll might pop around, man.
Perfect. I appreciate it. Yeah.
But yeah, Freddie, where can I find you, mate?
I ain't got a channel, mate. So
Get on, man. Stop mucking about, man. We've been poking you to get a channel forever, and now you're fucking holding out on us. Everybody in the comments, right? Find this bloke and push him to get a fucking channel. Stop being lazy. Right? Get a channel. I don't want to get on it.
Ignore him. He's a twat.
You know, don't make me fucking start sending you shit on Instagram, do you? Fucking head in. I will fuck you up.
You already do anyway, so there you go.
Oh, no way. I'm just a fucking bastard. This guy's on a stream and getting messages from me going, fucking prick.
That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all.
What's he fucking done now?
Is there any socials you want to shout out, Freddie, at all before we go?
Nah, I'm good, mate. I'll be on one of your streams at some point now, so stick on SFeatleyTV.
Yeah, man. Make sure you stick around here. Make sure you hit the like button, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon. Until then, we'll see you at 6:30 here on SFeatleyTV. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.